Welcome back to the Delaware Way. Keeping track of pests that might be a problem to agriculture in the state of Delaware. That's the job of the people I'm about to introduce you to. Faith Kuehn is the Environmental Program Administrator, and Stephen Hauss is the coordinator of the Cooperative Agriculture Pest Survey. Both work for the Department of Agriculture in Delaware. Thank you so much for being here. But that survey title, they call it CAPS, right? It's a mouthful. What exactly is that?
Yeah, so the CAPS program is a cooperative program between the state departments of agriculture and the United States Department of Agriculture, the federal government. It's our job to look for pests, invasive insects or diseases on plants that could really cause economic harm to in agriculture.
Is there any of those such pets out there right now that you're worried about?
Yes, there's actually a list of them, and each year the CAPS survey decides on a list of pests, and
it's like a most wanted list.
It is prioritized in that way, and we look for them in a variety of ways. There are a lot of them that we're looking for.
Who's at the top of the list? Give me a couple.
Sure. Right now, the major pest that we're looking for is called the emerald ash borer. It's caused billions of dollars worth of damage, just devastated hundreds of millions of ash trees in the Northeast and the Midwest of the United States, and we're surrounded by it. It's in Pennsylvania and Maryland and New Jersey, and we just found it for the first time last year here, not too far away from us, in Hauss. So we only found one beetle, so that's something that we're looking out for. We want to see if there is a population that lives here in Delaware and could harm our ash trees.
If something becomes a problem, or if you want to tell farmers or the state or the federal government, hey, this is becoming a real problem for us, what action is taken at that point?
Well, we try to detect this pest before it becomes a problem. We're really looking for a needle in a haystack. And so in addition to the trapping and survey methods that I mentioned, we try to do a lot of public outreach. So we talk about the pest, what it looks like. We try to engage the public and farmers and gardeners who are really our extra eyes. We first try to eradicate it. So if it's a new pest to Delaware, we try to eliminate it, and so we do have laws under Title III, which is the agriculture chapter in the Delaware Code. We do have laws that allow us to go on property, demand that this pest be controlled, and then follow up to make sure that it was controlled.
Well, it really is. It's a law enforcement agency almost. You're like the FBI.
We have badges. We have badges.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And everything. There's been some famous stories that we were going through a second ago in history. The gypsy moth was a big deal. The Mediterranean fruit fly out in California, they were doing spraying all over the state. There doesn't seem to be anything for a long time that rose to that level where there had to be a state or a federal effort. I'm not wrong in saying that, right?
We've become more aware of some of these things when the Industrial Revolution started to happen and there became like more trade between countries. That's when some of these things started coming over, and then it takes a while for the population to build up to the point where it is a problem.
You went right where I was going with it. I was going to, it seems like the preventative efforts are now working, and that's the reason we haven't had these widespreads, except for the stink bug, because it's everybody's homes.
Right.
But that's not an agricultural problem, right?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of what we do in plant industries, which is the section that we work in. A lot of what we do kind of goes under the radar. So what we do now is in May, inspectors from plant industries show up at the nurseries or establishments where these big trees are delivered and bang on the root balls to make sure that there are no fire ants there.
Is it firewood? Is that a lot of them come in firewood?
Yeah, so firewood is an issue with what we call wood-boring beetles. There are certain species of insects that spend part of their life inside of wood underneath the bark. So it's really hard for people to tell whether a piece of wood is infested with these insects. It's a big push for us to have everybody understand that we all have a part to play in keeping these insects from being transported around.
Well, it's all fascinating. Thank you so much for being here. I got to talk to you for a while. I do want to point out that one of the reasons we did bring up mosquitoes is because that's not your department. You're talking about insects that specifically go after agricultural products.
Correct.
Right.
And that's something we should all be concerned about, especially in Delaware, because it's such a big part of the economy. Thank you so much. Faith Kuehn, Environmental Program Administrator, and Stephen Hauss is the coordinator of the Cooperative Agriculture Pest Survey, both with the Department of Agriculture in Delaware. When we come back, a program that hooks young volunteers with people who need them, when the Delaware Way continues.